All right, we're off to a bad start based on the fact that you said want to girt my portfolio, capital R roasted. Also, I see some complaints about it already, but let's check it out. blueobsidian.me. All right. So first of all, you might have had some great experiences playing Minecraft, but that does not mean you needed to take your gamer tag over. Second of all, super redundant, Blue Obsidian developer, full stack developer. That's ridiculous. I'm seeing a lot of like indications of vibe coding, but also this grid maybe looks too advanced. Why I say that is this blue to purple gradient, literally these exact hues I'm getting used to seeing now. This also looks like diffusion generated because the kerning is messed up, and that's also just a hideous logo. That font is awful. What is that, like some kind of Nirvana typeface? All right, and then, yeah, the palette is pretty bland and bad, to be honest. I craft elegant digital experiences with modern technologies. Okay, craft elegant digital experiences. Don't adjective spam and glaze yourself like that. And with modern technologies, oh, like we were expecting you to use like the printing press? Dude, seriously? Specializing in JavaScript, TypeScript, and Java. Don't say JavaScript and then TypeScript. That's so fucking redundant. TypeScript is a superset. Obviously you fucking know JavaScript. To build scalable solutions that make a difference? Oh, fuck, make a difference? That's awful. All right, and then two other things I see immediately off the bat. Problems with the style. Scroll bar here is actually not at all hard to get rid of. There's a Stack Overflow post that's like, how do I get rid of a scroll bar and maintain scrolling? It's supported in all modern browsers. It's literally like 6 lines you paste in and it fixes this. It just looks out of place when you make a website too clean like this. Second of all, I don't know if you use shadcn or some shit, but you did not round. Oh, the hover went away. You see these, how do I get that back? Oh, I'm zoomed in. So there's this little gap in the corner. You can round bottom corners of elements and not top corners. That would look a lot more seamless, but I don't know if this is a copied component or you just didn't look at that closely, but yeah, that's embarrassing. All right, skills and expertise. Technologies I use to bring ideas to life. Bring ideas to life is also like kind of corporate and cringy. Same thing with this gradient. Even if this isn't vibe coded, it's just so overdone, dude. Just use solid colors or just, it doesn't have to be like an ugly kind of, I don't know. I can't get too carried away about that. But this I can get carried away about. Holy shit, dude. Putting percentile completion of mastery of random languages is fucking stupid as shit. First of all, that's so arbitrary. How do you even determine that? How is this 92 and this 90? Also, again, never put an evaluation of your own abilities because that just doesn't make sense. So there's no way you're 90% or 92% of these things. People just do not know how deep this stuff gets. You can be working in TypeScript your whole life and like not be fully advanced at it. If you're developing like a library like Effect or something like that, crazy advanced TypeScript, maybe you can start to say close to 90%. No fucking way for you. Well, I actually don't know that yet, but I'm just assuming. Same thing with, how the fuck do you, like 93%, what does that even mean? It's like, do you memorize every single utility class in here? Like, that's just not, oh my God, that's not even possible. How do you, and 98% HTML, how do you quantify that? Oh yeah, there's that one radio button element who I can never remember. Fuck, I need that extra 2%. Also, what do you think? Like, you're gonna get to a job and they're gonna be like, yeah, sorry, we actually need 96% proficiency in JavaScript and 80% in TypeScript. You squeak past in TypeScript, but sorry, yeah, you're a percent short. Shit. And then, okay, it's more of the same shit for this. And then tools. Oh my God, putting it for Git is insane, dude. You have no idea how deep Git can go, like how many crazy features have been added to that over the years. There are people whose entire career is Git. AWS as well. NPM? Oh, really? I thought you would just use React and Vue without a package manager and just kind of manually copy and paste those modules. Same thing with Webpack. I thought you were serving Next.js with no kind of bundling software. I thought you had a way around that. Like putting these things and putting proficiency in it too. And proficiency in NPM, what does that even mean? Like, oh yeah, I've heard of, I can't even think of it. Like, what have you done beyond NPM build, NPM install? Like, what the fuck does that even, oh my God. This is making me depressed about the state of the world, but maybe your projects will turn this around. Collection of projects that showcase my skills and passion for creating innovative digital solutions. Innovative digital solutions, disgusting phrase. Again, don't use adjectives to glaze yourself like this, and also digital solutions is like literally says nothing. You could replace that with things and you'd be saying just as much. All right, Lakeside Fulfillment, comprehensive fulfillment center platform for Amazon, TikTok Shop, and other e-commerce platforms. All right, that seems at least like a, let's see if there's a live. All right, this doesn't honestly look all that bad. This looks like an actually rolled out project. Problem is, it's all like you've got these badges again, you don't really need it. Nobody really gives a fuck. Because you put the skills is kind of assumed and you're spamming these everywhere, Next.js, React, Tailwind. Nobody gives a fuck if you can use Tailwind. It's actually more impressive, I would say, that you know vanilla CSS these days. And putting this all over the place again. This one also, I just noticed, like you're saying Next.js and then putting Next.js on it again. Oh, I wonder what he used for this server hosting service. These projects are also, a lot of them are kind of generic. Like they're great and you've built them fully out, so you're doing better than a lot of people are these days, but AI-powered video generation for social media posting is like the kind of thing that everyone has done these days, like just FFmpeg or MoviePie or like combining. It's like so mainstream kind of, I don't know, like this is good looking, but like look at how much glow you've got. And it's just, it's so like React, Shad CN, rounded corners, hover. It's like so everyone else has done this, so it's not really helping you stand out at all. Okay, you actually monetized it. That's at least kind of impressive. Used Stripe or some API, but yeah, at least you fully built it out, but it's like every goddamn thing looks the same. Glowy gradient grid, rounded corners, hover animation, frosted glass. It's like, just try changing it up a little bit. Okay, this looks different. Quaboss, platform for shop owners to get their businesses online. All right, so just a Shopify clone. None of these are that original, but again, at least you're building them out. Yeah, here's a great example. You're using solid colors. It's still pretty like rounded corner, Tailwind CSS, very mainstream, very, this guy totally uses React, totally uses component libraries, which there's nothing wrong with if you're not that good at front end and you don't want to put in the time, I guess, but it shows because you don't know how to use any kind of design. Like, what the fuck? Just learn some padding, dude. At least this is slightly different. I mean, it's not crazy different. This looks kind of AI generated to me. Just, I don't know. It kind of looks a little eerie. It's possible, but the lines are kind of thin and at weird angles. That looks like Figma would not be able to really create easily. But that does look, like at least you've got monetization if that's real. I mean, you've got a real project out. So you've got things you can churn out stuff. Like you're a solid developer, but again, like this aesthetic is almost exactly the same thing we saw on this other website. Looks pretty fucking vibe coded to me. And I mean, at least you're putting enough effort that these feel more cohesive, I would say, but still, yeah, not really standing out amongst the sea of other people who are able to do this. All right, I've built and shared with the community at large on GitHub, I guess. Oh, I forgot, platform for developers to share their projects. Is this what you shared it on? That just sounds like GitHub. Oh, this is the website I've already been to. I forgot to read the description. Yeah, not great. It all fucking looks the same. And this is also basically the same thing. Video AI and this, I wouldn't be surprised if your video AI project's on the back end, which is just probably another fucking FFmpeg MoviePie wrapper that creates captions from Whisper and then puts them on. That's like one prompt. Even if you did it yourself, it's like not all that original. The problem at large, before I go any further with a lot of these portfolio websites and just creating a portfolio in general, is ego. And I'm qualified to talk about that because I have a fucking huge ego. I mean, I'm literally belittling someone in front of thousands of people online. So I'm very qualified to talk about this, and it's also cost me a lot in the past. The problem is with a lot of these is people are far too invested in what other people think about them and not nearly invested enough in the craft. And you can just see it in the fact that they're spamming skills and like glazing themselves to crazy degrees. And they like do a little bit of work and then they need to shove it out in front of as many people as possible to get some kind of gratification from it. And it's all fucking coming down to people just doing things for the sake of being seen doing things. And the developers that actually just don't have a portfolio and isolate and just like love the craft and do it for themselves get way further ahead than anyone else. Because all of this stuff is just so mainstream and like, You really look like a one-trick pony here, also just using basically the same stack every time. I mean, yeah, you can skill max, that's good. I won't hate for that, and you don't have to learn every fucking front-end framework. God knows there's a fucking billion of them now, but it's still kind of, yeah, I don't know. It's not standing out. These are all quite generic projects. And then we go to your GitHub. I bet you're the type of guy who puts like language graphs and like one of the, you know those things that says like what your contribution score is? I knew it! I knew it! Yeah, this is total like ego development. Emojis in bio, and like I've done this too, like farmed these badges, but it's just like, it's all for you about the front facing, what do people perceive me as? What technology do I know? What can I do? And it's like all the craft gets left behind, and it's really sad. I've done it before too. Thankfully, I'm young enough to kind of recover, hopefully. I mean, it's a hard treadmill to get off of once you're on it, but yeah, it's fucking all just for the front-facing aesthetic of it and barely for the actual love of the code. All right, so you got some Discord bots. Selection of Discord bots have built power communities with automation, engagement, and blah, 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 corporate AI, blah, 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 just audio, manage videos, okay, another FFmpeg wrapper, I don't know, like, that's fine. It doesn't seem hugely creative or innovative. It's been done before, but if it's learning projects, whatever, I don't know, just spamming it out there seems like better ways you can get jobs. And you've got some extensions. This one seems actually a little bit cool. It's like Honey, auto detects checkout pages, fetches domain coupons, stores locally, IndexedDB, and shows in page. All right, so you can interact with the browser API. Congrats, you can read the docs. Discord style emoji picker on any site, type name to search. All right, that's, I mean, yeah, that's kind of cool. WXT plus React. Oh, really? I didn't fucking know you knew React. That's cool. Extension paired with Fast API. Oh, wow, yeah. And you know the industry standard API. Wouldn't have guessed. Server for live voice input, floating mic. I bet you're gonna mention Whisper with auto stop on silence if configurable. Okay, Whisper was not mentioned. That's awkward, but yeah, probably a bunch of API calls. I mean, the thing is, some of these projects are great. They're fully built out full stack apps. You can do it. You can walk the walk and talk the talk. You're gonna have a solid career probably, but it's just like such a generic, you're one in a sea of a million portfolio. I'm always excited about new opportunities and collaborations. Whether you have a project idea, want to discuss potential work, or just want to say hello, feel free to reach out. All right, nothing I can really trash on there, unfortunately. But Blue Obsidian is also, seriously, like, okay, your name is Emmanuel. It's not like, I don't know, Butford or something, you know, that you can't put on a website. Like, there's no reason to call yourself Blue Obsidian. And then these forms, terrible idea, because maybe you're a good enough developer. I wouldn't doubt it based on some of these full, like, deployed projects, but the problem is not everyone making a portfolio is, and when they make these things, best case scenario is you click on something and it sends, and then you get a fail message like, oh, you fucking didn't pay your bill on Supabase or SendGrid or whatever, and then you're like, oh, I'll just send an email. That was annoying. You wasted my time. And the worst case is it just silently fails in the back end because you're too junior to handle those cases and error on the front end in forms. And then I've just sent a fucking message into the void and I have no idea whether or not it got to you, you know? So it's just like, I'm gonna wanna use your email. Don't make your own shitty messaging service. It also is like, why even waste the resources on doing that? Like, if you want the learning experience, just do it and don't even show it to the world because it's been fucking done 500 million times. Just make like a simple form that sends an email. Congratulations, you did it. Now you don't need to put that shit on your website because email services like this are far more established to just work way better. Like, I don't want to deal with your random form validation. And also, you're going to have to host like a backend now for a static website, basically. It's just like, probably costs next to nothing, but like, why even bother? All right, and you've got, yeah, your name again, crafting elegant digital experiences with modern technologies. Yeah, modern technologies. It's just like, that's so vague. That could be anything. Like, CRT TVs and dishwashers are modern technology, technically. Yeah, just bland writing, could even be ChatGPT. Turning ideas into reality, one line of code at a time. Or 10 lines of code at a time when I use Cursor to do all my work for me. And again, well, actually, this is the first time I've ever said this, but vibe coding I'm not inherently against. It can get rid of a lot of boilerplate, but when you're just having it make all the creative decisions, which is a slippery slope, then it's a problem. And you have the copyright on Blue Obsidian. Surprised they didn't laugh you out of the copyright office. Back to top. I was hoping for a smooth scroll. You disappointed me. Yeah, I don't know. Not as bad as the previous one. Still just pretty generic though. Like at least you're doing kind of real stuff, but you're not standing out at all. That's about all I have to say about this one.